Hey everyone, welcome back. To understand the Mandalorian Wars, we need to talk about a decision that shaped everything that followed. Or rather, an indecision. Because the conflict didn't just fracture the Republic, it fractured the Jedi Order. Despite popular belief, the Jedi were never a single voice. Long before the first Mandalorian fleet crossed the Outer Rim, the Order was already divided. Not by ideology, but by experience. Today, we're going to talk about two ways of being Jedi, both legitimate, both sincere. The Jedi of the Council, and the Jedi spread across the galaxy. Let's listen to what the Holocron remembers.
Following the Great Sith War, the Jedi Order reorganized around stability. At the heart of that structure stood the Jedi Council and their followers, philosophers, historians, and long-term stewards of balance. They were responsible for interpreting Jedi doctrine, advising the Republic, preserving the spiritual integrity of the Order. Most had lived through or been trained directly by survivors of the Great Sith War. They had seen Jedi fall. They had seen good intentions lead to galactic catastrophe. To them, restraint was not hesitation. It was survival. Council Jedi believed the Force revealed disturbances, not instructions. Feeling danger did not mean acting immediately. It meant observing, reflecting, and choosing the least harmful path. Masters like Jar Leston, who emphasized patience, ethical clarity, and the long view of history. To the Council, the Mandalorian threat was real, but not existential. A military problem. A test of Republic resolve, something time and caution could manage. Now, Jedi deployed in the galaxy, Jedi that lived far from council chambers. They served on frontier worlds, trade routes, and disputed systems, where suffering was immediate and rarely abstract. They were negotiators, yes, but they were also protectors. They encountered refugee crises, pirate incursions, local wars ignored by the Republic. To field Jedi, the Force was not theoretical. It was visceral. They felt fear as it happened, pain as it spread, and urgency as lives slipped beyond saving. Their belief was simple. Knowing something is wrong and doing nothing is still a choice. Many of these Jedi would later become known as revanchists, following figures like Revan into the Mandalorian Wars. Others, such as Dorjander Case, believed loyalty to the Order could coexist with decisive action. And some, like Zane Carrick, would be caught between these worlds entirely, victims of an Order unsure how to respond to its own fractures. At this point in history, Bastila Shan had not yet become a central figure. She was young, exceptionally gifted, still forming her understanding of the Order and her place within it. But she would emerge from this divide. Trained in discipline and restraint, yet destined to wield battle meditation, a power that directly influenced war itself. In many ways, Bastila represented the question the Order had not yet answered. Can a Jedi shape a battlefield without being shaped by it in return? Now here's the tragedy. The Council Jedi feared that action would corrupt the Order. The Jedi in the field feared that inaction would abandon the galaxy. Both were right, and both were incomplete. The Mandalorian Wars did not create this divide. They exposed it. When the war finally demanded a choice, the Jedi Order would not move as one. It would fracture, along lines that had already been drawn.
All right, we'll pause here. The Mandalorian Wars weren't just a test of strength, they were a test of identity. Next time, we'll see what happens when pressure becomes impossible to ignore, when reports turn into pleas, and restraint begins to feel indistinguishable from refusal. Thank you for learning with me, Holocron Keepers. Until next time, remember this lesson. The Force remembers what we choose. Don't fall to the dark side. But if you do, count me in.